Hi guys, I'm here today to invite you to participate with me in something that I've been doing for the past couple of years that I think is such an incredible movement, an incredible fundraising tool, and just something really cool that's really actually changing the world. And this thing is called Dressember, and just the very basics of it are that you wear a dress every single day during the month of December, which is 31 days in a row, and the money goes toward helping victims of human trafficking, and I'll get into like the ways that happens a little bit more in a minute, but I wanted to give you 7 reasons to do Dressember this year. The first one is that human trafficking is a real huge problem in the world today, and a lot of people just kind of don't realize that. We call it slavery sometimes, we call it human trafficking sometimes, but there are still millions of people, mostly women and children, who are trapped in either sexual slavery or labor slavery, and they are bought and sold in the year 2016. And this is just a phenomenon that has happened, for as long as people have been around. Whenever there are people in like dire economic situations, there are people that will take advantage of them, and there are places where the law really doesn't protect people, and these kinds of things can happen to them. And this happens in the United States as well. There are people who are trafficked and who are bought and sold for sex usually, and other jobs as well, and it's such a horrible thing. I will try to find some really good websites that include a lot of information about this issue and link those below so that you can do a little more research on your own. But this is still a really huge problem in our world, and Dressember brings some awareness to this issue. The second reason to do Dressember is that it works. We have raised over $1.5 million in the last couple of years to give to the International Justice Mission and the A21 campaign. So the International Justice Mission does like on the ground, the gritty work. They go in and they actually have like raids where they will rescue people out of brothels, or they will pay lawyers in certain countries that really don't have prosecutors against like pimps and against traffickers. Sometimes they just go in and straight up buy people out of slavery and just get them out of places, but they need funding in order to do all of this work. They've got people working for them all over the world, but they do need to pay people, and it does cost money to do these things, and they're really trying to combat these really powerful people. A lot of these traffickers and like the pimps are really powerful, and they use a lot of scare tactics, and they threaten people, and people are afraid to stand up to them or speak up for themselves. A lot of times these women will want to leave, or these men will want to leave, but the people who own them are going to hurt their families or hurt their friends, and you just have to have people that can kind of stomp out some of these rings and try and break up some of the corruption and the crime that's happening. And the A21 campaign kind of does more of like the follow-up work, and so it's run by Kane, who is a really amazing speaker. Just go on YouTube, just go above me right here and type in Kane, and you can watch a bunch of her videos where she speaks. She's a powerful speaker, and she really has a heart for getting women out of sexual slavery and out of trafficking, and then restoring them. So it's not just like, okay, we'll get you out and now figure it out on your own. She runs like houses that after people are rescued, that they give them counseling and they give them medical attention. A lot of these women, imagine what they've been through and what their bodies have had to sustain in order to do the work that they did. So Kane and the A21 campaign do a lot of medical work and just restoring their emotional and spiritual lives, and just giving them new hope and a new life, because they've been so badly damaged, but there is hope after what they've gone through. And so I love that the A21 campaign does so much work in that area to restore these women's lives. So anyway, that's where all the money goes, to the International Justice Mission and the A21 campaign. I actually recently met the founder of Dressember, like just randomly. I've been doing it for quite a while, and I've like followed her on Instagram and stuff. Her username is @BlytheHill, and I met her just a couple weeks ago, and so I've talked to her about this, and like she's a part-time employee of her own organization, and she doesn't have employees or anything. She just has like interns and volunteers. So the Dressember organization is not taking any money. Like, she has another job because that doesn't pay her hardly anything at all. So this is a really good cause. There's no fear in donating to this cause. All of the money is going directly to helping victims. The third reason why you should do Dressember is because this just gives you a way to break the paralysis of not knowing what to do. Like, once you have gone and watched a couple YouTube videos or read some books or seen some statistics about what a huge issue human trafficking is, you feel like there is nothing you can do. You're just like, wow, my heart hurts for these people and this is such an awful thing, but what could I ever do? And so, you know, you can't like quit your job and move to Thailand or somewhere to try and help these people. Usually, I don't know, some people do that, but one thing you can do is Dressember. You can just do this simple thing of wearing a dress for 31 days and then posting pictures of yourself on social media and showing people, this is what I'm doing. I'm wearing a dress for this reason. Please donate to my campaign so that your money will go and help these human trafficking victims. It spreads awareness, it raises money, and it's actually effective. A fourth reason that you should do Dressember is because they partner with Fairtrade vendors. So one thing you should not do if you are going to participate in Dressember is go out to like, well, I hate to like put stores on blast, but there are stores that have really terrible labor practices that kind of border on slave labor. I mean, like, even though I love these stores like Forever 21, H&M, The Gap has been accused of this quite a bit. So then under them, like Old Navy. So a lot of stores that have really cute stuff tend to have really, really bad labor practices. So this kind of like fast fashion trend tends to exploit people. And so with Dressember, if you go on their website, Dressemberorg, they partner with different vendors that are fair trade. They treat their laborers very, very well. And a lot of times, a lot of these organizations that they have on their website specifically give jobs to people like coming out of homelessness or coming out of sex trafficking, to give them a skill and a job and a way of making money that is stable and that is rewarding and fulfilling, and they can feed their families and not you know, get trapped into this really dark world. So I've really been trying to be a responsible consumer. There's a really good video by John Oliver. He did a really great expose on some of the labor practices that a lot of these like fast fashion companies use, and it's really convicting, and it makes you want to make sure to put your money into good companies. So, you know, just kind of go by your own convictions and decide what you want to do with that. But I would encourage you to go to Dressember's website and check out some of their vendors. It's generally more expensive. You're going to pay more for a lot of these items, but your money is doing good. And so, you know, your money could be supporting something you don't really want it to support, or it could be supporting, you know, these amazing programs. And after this video, I'm going to show you some of the things that I actually did get from the Dressember partner websites. The fifth reason is because you get to connect with like-minded people. So I think it was 3 years ago when I first started doing Dressember, and I think that was kind of the beginning of when I had an Instagram account. So you upload your photo of the day, which is kind of hard, I know. Like, I just take like mirror selfies, or if you're lucky you can have like somebody take a picture of you every day. My husband's like, I am not your Instagram husband photographer, so sometimes it's hard for me to get him to take pictures of me. You have to get a picture somehow. Just do a mirror selfie if nothing else, and then you can use the hashtag like Dressember or Dressember 2016, you know, for this year. And if you click on that hashtag, then, you know, it shows all the different people that day who put up their Dressember outfit of the day. And I've made a lot of like really cool friends through Instagram that way, and people who care about the same kinds of things I do, people who are on this journey through the month with me. And so we can kind of encourage each other and like each other's pictures and leave comments. And it's just a really cool way to connect with some other people, men and women. So guys can wear a bow tie tie, or some guys hold up a sign that says real men don't buy girls, and then they have their pictures up there too. So it's kind of a cool way to just connect with other people that are passionate about the same things you are. The sixth reason is that it helps you stay focused on this mission for 1 month. So, you know, sometimes you hear about an injustice that's happening in the world and you really are passionate about it and you want to do something, but you know, life gets busy and hectic and it's kind of hard to like keep your focus on helping. So every single day in December, you wake up and the first thing you do usually is get dressed, right? So you put on a dress every morning, and that just reminds you that, okay, this is what I'm focused on this month. I'm trying to raise awareness, I'm trying to raise money, and I'm bringing light into a dark place. And so there are gonna be days, especially like Saturdays and Sundays, where you're like, I just wanna wear sweats today. I don't wanna get dressed and wear a dress, but just do it anyway. And you know, it's such a small sacrifice compared to, you know, the situation that you are helping. And so this just kind of gets you in the right mindset every morning. So I just think this is a cool way to kind of stay grounded also through the month. And then my last reason, number 7, is that it's just a fun style challenge. That's what this started as. That's what Blythe did as she was in college, and she was just feeling kind of like creatively stifled, and she's like, what can I do just to kind of like mix things up and just like use my creativity a little bit? And so she just started wearing a dress every day in December, and a couple of friends joined her and they nicknamed it Dressember. And it's just kind of fun to challenge yourself to wear a dress every day. You definitely do not need 31 dresses. You only need a couple, and you can just style them different ways. It's nice that it's kind of cool. Well, here in Southern California, it's like barely cool. Other places I know it's gonna be like freezing and it's gonna be really hard to do, but you can wear tights, you can wear boots, you can wear scarves and cardigans and jackets. And so with one dress, you could create like 7 different outfits with it, really. You know, if you just wore like a jacket one time and then a cardigan the next time, or put like a sweatshirt over it, or you can wear dresses over jeans, you can wear different leggings. So it's kind of fun just to play with your wardrobe and kind of mix and match different things that you hadn't thought to do before. I always have a lot of fun just with like the styling of it too. So every day in December I'll be putting a picture on Instagram and Snapchatting too, I'm sure. And so it's kind of fun also just like watch what everybody else is wearing. You get a couple ideas. So you could also scroll back on my Instagram like pretty far and see the last couple of years that I've done Dressember and get some ideas and just kind of get a sense of how I did it. It's a lot of mirror selfies. So if you want to do this, if I have convinced you, and I hope I have, then go to Dressember.org and make a profile, make an account where people can donate money to you. And if you would, I would love it if you would, join my team. My team is called Teachers for Justice. And so as a group, we can all try and raise a certain amount of money. I think I put it at like $2,000, like maybe between however many of us want to join this team, then we can hit a certain goal, and that's kind of fun to do as well. So it doesn't mean that like any of the money that gets donated to your campaign goes anywhere else, but just as a group, we're just going to try and like connect with each other and encourage each other to keep posting and on social media, even though it's awkward, try to get people to donate to our campaigns. And you know, it's just cool that we can like see who else is on our little team and like get to know them. If you just really can't do it this year, and you know, there are years when it's just not going to work out, then I would love it if you would donate to my campaign. Even like $10 goes a long way. There are thousands of people doing this campaign around the world, and if all of us can just bring in a little bit of money, we can really do a lot of good in the world and change people's lives. So please consider participating or donating or purchasing something from the vendors that Dressember teams up with. They're just such good people, and it's just such a positive, encouraging thing to be a part of. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out my Dressember haul video, and I will see you next time. Bye.